Howdy folks, good afternoon. How are we all doing today? It is Friday, July 30th, 2021, and I'm actually at Stump Pass Beach State Park in a second day in a row. How about that? But it's going to focus upon a couple of other things besides what I focused on yesterday. So actually, to my right, you see a nest up top. And you might see a little speck right there. You might be wondering what that is. Well, as a matter of fact, that is an osprey. And osprey are a native bird found in Florida. But I have also seen them all the way as far north as even Ohio, too. Which may suggest that they are migratory. Perhaps, or they just have a wide range distribution. These are often called the hawk. I'm trying to remember. I think they're often called seahawks, or somewhere along that name, because their common diet is mostly fish most of the time. So they like to fly down towards the water and basically grab with their talons. But they're commonly mistaken for the bald eagle because they have a white head. But rest assured, their whole head is not white like a bald eagle's. And I believe osprey are slightly smaller too, in terms of their size. But they are well known to build these immaculate nests on top of these dead trees, which I believe these are probably oaks of some type, possibly sand live oak. But then I could be wrong. It's kind of difficult to say. But that is the osprey. They are truly a remarkable hawk to watch. And they do like to protect their young. That is for sure. So then, you might also see like some of these plants right here. Here, even there. You know, they look kind of isolated. That is your classic Dune Marsh Elder. And they're well known for sand stabilization as well. That is like their primary role. And you can only really see them in sand dunes. So you could say that they're very specific in terms of habitat that they require. And it looks like here, this could either be beach alpaca or Inkberry. I'm still learning about how to tell the difference, but I believe that this is Inkberry. Just because, as you can see, they kind of produce these olive-like fruits. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually edible. I will be sure to clarify in the description. But I have a feeling that these are not edible. But wildlife can feed on them. And I believe beach alpaca, which is like its counterpart, it is an invasive plant, as a matter of fact. I believe that plant was native to parts of South America. But I believe beach alpaca produces kind of like these greenish white, more of a white berry, as opposed to the black, as you saw. But it looks very similar to olives. And yep, got ourselves the Gulf, of course. And then, I forgot to mention yesterday too, a couple of other nesting birds that are protected here include the Wilson's Plover and the Willet. So basically the Wilson's Plover is kind of has brown, white, and I believe it has a dark beak. And they're kind of like in between the size of a willet and a least tern. And also, mentioning about the willet that I was talking about, the willets, they're typically smaller. They might only be up to a foot high in terms of height, so they're very short, but they have long legs, very lanky legs, and they tend to walk very fast. They are quick. So the very likelihood that you will catch one is almost down to zero. But yeah, you can definitely see more of the dead trees that are here. So it just possibly indicates that, you know, the barrier island that we're standing on used to once be larger, you know, in size. Because that's one thing about barrier islands, is they're constantly changing. And usually, if we really let, you know, the ocean perform its natural processes, it's very likely that eventually a barrier island would be lost just because of erosion over time. But even though I was here yesterday, it's highly likely that there has been change. But forgot to mention also yesterday, for any of the Stump Pass Beach State Park that is fenced in, you know, where you see these wooden stakes right here, you don't want your dogs to roam freely. And you might be wondering, well, why is that? Well, think of it this way. Dogs can sometimes actually be detrimental to a particular habitat. And I say this because, think of it this way. A dog is just wandering about, and most dogs are very playful. Trust me, I know. But any of the birds that I have mentioned about from yesterday and even today, when they see that dog, they think that they are predators, thus causing the parents of their offspring to basically abandon them, because the parents are in fear of being, well, basically eaten. And so in that process, the parents will abandon their offspring even when they're still in their eggs. So just a piece of advice: when you want to conserve a habitat and the wildlife that is found here, that is both threatened and endangered, just keep your dogs on a leash, please. I mean, because you can still bring your dogs out here, but they have to stay on the main trail where there's no interference. So just a friendly reminder, you guys, to just do your part. Leave no trace. Because I really doubt you would really want that to be on your hands. So, shout out actually goes to Carol McCoy, who contacted me recently. She's the lead of the Friends of Stump Pass organization. They volunteer here, and what they do is they can help promote, you know, trash cleanup, or even sea turtle monitoring right here, as you can see. I'll show you an example. Yeah, they do monitoring, so they try to look for what nests there are. And yeah, I mean, they even like to promote people to visit here. And so it's always a pleasure for me to do a video of this place, just because it's a well-known state park in this part of Florida. So alrighty, So just wanted to do that for you, Carol. So I hope this video finds you well. Alrighty. Hey, I thought I would share that with you guys. Hope you learned something in the process. Told you guys I kind of wanted to change it up just a little bit. You know, mention something different, even with it being at the same place. So, hope you guys enjoy your Friday and going into your weekend. And once again, journey on a journey is outwards. Take care, folks.